This was supposed to be our Christmas special, where we all have our secret Santa gifts.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, happy Christmas, guys. Only one person has sent their secret Santa gift. And the rest of us will do it. We will do it. Stay tuned for a special Christmas edition in February. But how are we all, guys? How are we all doing? Hello and welcome back to the Satellite 5 podcast that apparently has a sponsorship today. We're not sponsored by this
I wish
ice cream
we were.
company.
Imagine that.
Yeah, of course you do.
If we were going to get a sponsor, who do you think would be most likely to sponsor Satellite 5 podcast?
It would be the sponsor.
Please, can it be better help? Because this is difficult.
I'm not giving any
like
free
one of those
promo.
like Squarespace or like any of those.
Well, this chair came from a sponsorship. Shout out to this chair.
They keep offering me chairs, and I keep having to be like, I keep having to be like,
no.
I have no use for
Sponsored
that.
by Elise Collins Paints. Is that what you're thinking?
Sponsored by Elise Collins Art.
Yeah.
Elise Collins Art. That we're gonna. We haven't already tried to start this podcast before. This is completely spontaneous, and I'm going to show you some Elise Collins art and make a joke about my bad posture, and make a joke that you could make.
He looks like that meme. You know, the one that's like that.
Yeah,
your posture is kind of like Igor. That's kind of the general guy.
Yeah, we'll give, like, I don't know, we'll award whoever can Photoshop the best thing over this frame and post it somewhere. But it has to be family friendly, please.
Yeah, make it appropriate. Good God. Why are you green, by the way? What was the?
Whoa.
It's
what was
wicked.
the thought process?
It's
is that
because,
what it is?
you still look really pink because of the red light. I'm assuming there's someone behind you, so you've got a bit of wicked going on.
Anyway, so Doctor Who's coming back, everyone. We haven't spoken since that was announced.
I know.
How's everyone
The thing
feeling
is,
about
the
that?
announcement kind of came and went like a wet fart because the BBC have been insisting for like however long, we don't care about Disney, will definitely carry on the show. And yes, we all took it with a pinch of salt. But then when they announce it's definitely not going away, it's like, is this an announcement? Have you like what?
In their defence, what do you want them to announce? They've announced that there's a Christmas special written by Russell T Davies. I loved the wording they used, by the way,
where
they go,
an announcement.
Russell has agreed to come back.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't sound healthy.
But that should be expected. We should have a Christmas special. When that time came on Christmas and it hit 7 or 7:30, I felt its absence.
To be fair, you can blame Walt, can't you? Really, because otherwise, if they'd have good old Walt Elias Disney, if he'd have just said,
is that his actual name?
It is Walter Elias Disney.
Why do you know that?
I watch a lot of videos
of
about
knowledge.
theme parks, but let's carry on.
I don't think you can blame Walt because have you guys heard about the leaked viewing figures? Like they're kind of crazy. Like the Robot Revolution got 600,000 in America. That's not even 1 million. So of course they were going to drop the show. I thought you'd be on the ball with this, Sarah's not going to lie.
Yeah, Sarah's keep up.
Yeah, no.
I've got a point.
Are you enjoying your ice cream? Other ice cream brands are available.
Yeah, so with Christmas, a little sad story, but my dad works Christmas Day, so the only way to get him to stay for a couple more hours is for Doctor Who to be on. It wasn't on this year, so my dad left at 5 o'clock, and I was so sad until he came back for Stranger Things, and then it was shit.
The Welshman who stole Christmas.
Yeah, I actually don't blame Russell. He would probably have it.
I thought
I
you
personally
said
blame Chip. No,
I had the reverse effect with my Christmas because normally my family banish me upstairs to watch Doctor Who on an iPad, and because everyone else is in, we go around to my aunt and uncle's normally, and we did this year. Everyone sits around in a circle, and it got to the evening time, and they all went, "Oh, you're going to go upstairs to watch Doctor Who?" And I was like, No. So I did get to spend an extra hour with my family. So Doctor Who. And I did manage to we turned on, I don't remember which one it was. We turned on The Runaway Bride, I think. No, it was The Christmas Invasion.
I watched that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I watched What's More Clara at the Snowman, because I haven't seen that one in a while. That one's so good.
That one is good.
That's an underrated one.
I would say overrated.
Would you?
Yeah.
See, I think Christmas Carol's overrated.
Christmas Carol's terrible. Terrible.
The singing, that's
you
a
can't
vibe.
just lock a woman in a box for an episode and call it Christmas. That's not how TV should work.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be a good thing. You're not supposed to go, oh, he's a right stand-up bloke here, locking that woman in a box.
No, but you know, happy.
I really like the singer though. I really like she was on the Royal Variety Show. And
Catherine Jenkins.
I think it's naff, but like there is something so whimsical about that episode. Like it's a vibe to watch, but as a Doctor Who episode, it is like
I disagree. I think it's one of the better Christmas ones because it actually incorporates. Incorporates the concept of the show with like the ghosts being the Doctor traveling to the park. Like it.
Who cares? Amy and Rory have still never had a Christmas special. Even
They technically haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, River's had one as well.
I love how you said that though. You said it, Rosanna, like they still haven't had one, like they're going to have one in the next few years.
There's always 2026.
We're still waiting.
You know?
If Billy Piper can have two.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Piper coming back for Christmas.
They are coming back for that podcast thing they're doing together, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Karen Gillan. So who knows? Russell, get on the phone. I mean, you won't because they're not from your first era, but that's fine.
I just
throwing shade.
A TV show. Sorry, this has got nothing to do with Doctor Who. I just binged a TV show called Selfie that had Karen Gillan in, and it was a thing she went in to after Doctor Who, and it's really good. And it's only got one season.
I watched a film with her in recently. It was amazing. It was called Life of Chuck. Joe, you would like this movie. Because it's just the concept of it is just a simple feel-good narrative, but it tells the story backwards in 3 acts. And the first act is just like it's really conceptual and bizarre, and then you don't understand it until you get it's great. Joe, specifically
fair
for
enough.
you to watch that.
I won't remember, but remind me, and I'll try.
Wasn't a great description, but
I thought that was an all right description. That was an acceptable.
You just want to get fucked.
Well.
I tell you though, what is good and what did come out for Doctor Who around Christmas? Doctor Who Echoes Destiny.
The Timekeeper's Wife from DW 2012. Is that what it's called?
The premiere was
Troy
really
got his debut.
Fun.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about the premiere on the podcast yet. Elise, did you enjoy the premiere?
I was fuming, okay, because basically, I work in hospitality, so my rota comes out week by week. It's all over the place. And I pre-arranged it so that all of my days off were in this, and I took an extra one in the middle. So I had like Thursday, Friday. No, I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off because I was like, right, I'm going to go to the Doctor Who premiere, Doctor Who Echoes End premiere. Then I was going to go up to Durham so I can see my friends and I could watch my friends' show. And then I was going to go down to London, and I did end up doing this, to be in Charlie Joe's musical.
Check that out, by the way.
Workshop.
Very
it was
cool.
so much fun. I did go to that. It's the night before. I'm like, finally, I've got these like 5 days off in a row. It's the middle of the night, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel well. It was not a pretty sight. I was throwing up all over the place. I won't discuss what else was happening. And it was like, I messaged Joe at like 2:30 in the morning and I was like, I'm not well. And he was like, oh, you're going to be better by
I don't know whether I told you, Elise, but I had a premonition because I said, and Artie as my witness, I said to Artie and Osh in the car, I was like, I don't know why, but I just know either Ellie or Elise is not going to make it tomorrow. I was like, I know it's going to happen. And Artie was like, oh yeah, no, it'll be fine. and then 2:30 rolls around and I was like, no.
It was poor Joe had been like through the absolute, hell and back trying to organise this premiere, and quite a few of the main people couldn't come to it, and I was like, I am going to be there. And I woke up in the morning and I was like shaking as I was trying to make it to the bath, and I was like lowering myself into the bath.
No,
I was
because
like, I don't think I can go on a train.
No, because I remember like shitting on you in the car, and then do you remember, Joe? Because Joe was. I think
no, yeah,
you
because
lied to
Rosanna
me.
didn't know.
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh, is Elise coming?" And he went, "Oh no, she's just not coming." I was like, "What?"
Right, that's not what I said. That is not what I said.
Yeah, you did. Because then you went,
she's just not coming.
No, and then you went like, "Oh no, but she's ill though," and I was like, "Yeah," but obviously you went, "No, she's actually ill," and I was like, "Oh."
I was genuinely like, Ailish was my sister was going to the premiere, and she was like messaging me like, what am I gonna do if you're not there? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm really gonna try and be there, but I was like, I can't, like, I can barely walk across my own house. I'm not gonna be able to get myself traveling on like a 3-hour train and then do this. I was like, I can't do it. And as soon as I'd said like, and I'd made the final decision to not do it, I had like people messaging me being like, so excited to see you at the premiere later, and I had to really sorry Troy, sorry Luke, I can't be there. But I got some really lovely messages after from lots of the people that were there, who I either hadn't met or had met very few times.
It did.
Like,
Obviously, you couldn't go, which was a tragedy. But my favourite moment was Elliot could not make it because he had to go to a family event thing. But he did turn up later in the night, quite drunk already. And then obviously we were all celebrating, the drinks were flowing, and it got to the point that Joe was leaving and he was like, right, Elliot, before I go, I'm having a promo picture. So Elliot at this point, absolutely steaming, just sort of...
He also, Elliot, you'll never watch this. There's a space right there. Yeah? You need to sign this, Elliot. Everyone else, including Elise, we got this to Newmarket for Elise to sign. Elliot, there's a space for your name.
I'm seeing him on Friday. I'll let him know.
No, because
I'll send this in the post.
I don't know him that well because I've only met him like a couple of times. I'm not like Kovlar. But anyway, I was at the bar and I kept staring at him because I was like, I swear I know him. But he shaved his beard so he looked like a child.
Completely different. You just watched an entire film where he is one of the central characters. But
no, because every time he looked at me, I'd do that. Like he would like I'd look at him really intensely and be like, I know you.
I've seen you somewhere. But no, Elise, you'll be happy to know the scene we shot in the quarry that dismayed you to film so much. That was, everybody was going, Elise was so good in that scene.
Which one was that? Which one was that?
When Artie, spoilers guys, but when the meddling monk returns and Elise is like lobbing me to the floor and she's like, you're a selfish...
It's one of the best line reads in the film. It's very good.
Did it make up for my opening scene in Echo's Return? That you hate so dearly.
Is that your first? Oh God! Oh, it is. No, it did. Do you know what? It's still on net. You're terrible.
No, very harsh, Simon. Very, very harsh.
What it did, Elise, it showed a growth in your skill.
Elise stands in the comments.
And it also showed a growth in the writer's skill, because the main problem is the writing in that scene is dire. I hate it.
It's Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who's film. Let's just throw quotes that mean nothing and make Elise shout them in my living room.
It's when the Doctor wakes up and goes like, the Sontarans perverting the course of human history and says all that.
I thought he does it. I thought you were just saying Doctor Who's dire, so that's fine.
Well, I mean, that as well, to be fair. But speaking of Capaldi, though, have you all seen, Saris, we were talking about this the other day, it was life-changing, Rachel Talalay's YouTube channel, where she has uploaded the original cut of the Doctor Falls speech.
No! Yesterday!
It is mad. But it's so different to the episode because the Doctor is so rude to the Master at the start of the speech. You know where he says, like, without hope, without witness?
I remember this is TikTok and I was so confused because I was like, this looks like it's the Doctor's full speech, but it's not because I've got that speech memorised and that never...
One of the best like ADRs anything ever is changing thanks for all the pity to thanks for trying. It brings so much. Oh my god, I watched that and I was just like, and I was at work, I shouldn't have been watching it, and the guy
You're
next
gonna
to
get
me
fired,
was like, what are you doing? Are you doing the work? And I was like, look, I'll do it in a minute. This is insane.
But it's so mad, and like because the context is so different. Like, and he's so harsh to the master, and it's so like, oh, it's you survive because of my pity. It's like,
yes,
whoa.
that's the bit that I saw.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I wish they kept in the line. I love the line where he's saying like, have you thought about that day you'll die? You're going to be running through the battlefield, running away from the danger with bullet after bullet in your back. And when you're face down in the mud, you're going to think of one thing, me. It's like...
It's
insane line.
I think
obviously that would have tied in with the ending, because we were talking about that. That would have tied in with the ending of the master shooting Missy in the back on a battlefield. Like,
it is the best episode.
Why
of
did they?
It's.
I mean,
it just shows.
It's quite dark for the Doctor.
It shows like the skill of like Moffat knowing like how he could like write something and still know what to cut, and it's like it's just good TV making. It's watch that channel. It's the best YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, unironically, it deserves more views on there. It does.
It's genuinely amazing.
Also, I love because she's like 70 or whatever she is, and it cuts to like the Snapchat emoji thing, like for different reactions.
It's like super.
I love it though, because it's so media is like, particularly YouTube has become so like smooth, and like everything is so like, why is YouTube high budget? It shouldn't be high budget. When people like are making a high budget video, I'm like, okay, sell it to Netflix. YouTube is not what?
Well, do you want to know, as of about 5 hours ago, it officially being made a deal?
What?
Yeah,
the BBC is partnering with YouTube to make new TV shows that will go on YouTube. So there is a not impossible chance that Doctor Who will become a show that internationally goes out on YouTube.
I don't like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like that because that means more views for Echo's Destiny.
How are we going to compete, though? That's the question. We'll have to compete with the actual show.
No, because I feel like if you can access Doctor Who and you can access a video on why Doctor Who's shit or why Doctor Who's good on the same platform, that's bad, right?
I also think that the BBC is, it's government funded, which is why there aren't ads on it, and it separates itself from commercialism to a degree. In principle, obviously they get criticised all the time, but if they're on YouTube, even if they're making it government funded, YouTube's getting their cut through the AdSense as well, and it's
just a 2010s pout with her phone into the camera. Carry on, Otty.
I was done.
Oh right.
I don't like the idea of YouTube of the BBC having ads. I think it goes against the very principle of the thing.
I don't know though, because if it's internationally, then that's the same as it always was. Like, I believe BBC America had ads as well.
No, so it's not here.
No. So it would. No. I assume it would be if Doctor Who did go on there. Presumably, it would work the same way that it worked.
From what they've said so far, they're setting up a bunch of YouTube channels because last year the BBC YouTube channels alone got like 16 billion views or something mental. And
the Would I Lie to You channel, I swear,
exactly.
This could be nonsense, but I heard that it's the most viewed British channel.
Quite possibly, because that's where the audience is. And there's no point trying to go like, oh, BBC America or BritBox. Like, people don't watch that internationally. Everyone is on YouTube.
It's interesting. I mean, obviously, I was tempted to like cover it myself. I was unsure because obviously they haven't said anything on Doctor Who specific. But I know that I think Who Culture, they said that like, oh, could it be them? And I mean, maybe, because the thing is, it's not like YouTube don't really have to give them any money. Do you know what I mean? It just sort of goes up, and I guess they just get whatever revenue, and I'm sure they get a good split.
I reckon the clever way to go about it: whack all of Classic Who on YouTube.
Yeah,
for
they've started
international
doing that,
audiences.
haven't they?
I think
Rosanna,
they did
what
it
are you
somewhere.
doing?
Just a bit sick of Doctor Who being just sort of put on here for a bit and then put on there. Obviously, it doesn't affect us. Because we're the home of Doctor Who and this kind of stuff.
But this is the thing. It doesn't need to be. This is what I personally think. I don't think it actually needs to be anywhere besides BBC.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be anywhere. Get rid of it. It's crap.
Take that, France.
No, I said besides BBC because
What about like the rest of the world?
The Traitors is doing so well at the moment, and all these amazing shows, Ludwig, all this stuff. If it was just good TV, it would be fine.
Doctor Who isn't like, nobody uses the BBC anymore because I think people are using the BBC. People aren't watching Doctor Who, and shoving it in their faces everywhere can only help to a certain degree. People aren't going to stick around and continue to watch it if you're not making a good show.
Well, that's the key that this just comes back to is if you make a really good show, people will watch. And I think putting it in an accessible place like YouTube makes sense. I think it's the way we're moving.
No, because I don't want to see Doctor Who with Spider-Man and Elsa videos. I just don't.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get those.
I don't think that's all that YouTube is anymore. I think there might have been quite a bit more stuff going on.
I do think it would be fascinating to see though, because
it would be interesting.
Does this podcast come in the recommended after you watch an episode?
Can you imagine?
That would be funny. I was going to say though, on the topic of good TV and people watching TV, War Between's viewing figures were fascinating. I don't know whether you saw, but episode 1 of The War Between after 28 days had 6.1 million viewers.
That's because it was good.
Significantly higher than anything, any of the Gap
massively higher.
Seasons.
Plus, my dad.
Massively
country, isn't it?
What, 6 million?
Yeah.
There's 60 million odd people in the UK.
On top of that, but I also think my dad stopped watching Doctor Who at Capaldi. The fact that he's kind of found this on his own.
So did he like it?
Yeah, he did. Apart from the last episode. I'm at uni, so I can't really be like, Dad, let's watch this TV show. So the fact that when I went home, he was like, Rosanna, have you seen this? I was like, oh my God, you found this on your own? You're capable of that?
I do think what really annoyed me about the ending. We will talk about War Between now. We'll get this segment out of the way. But what really annoyed me about the ending is it's such a good concept. It's not a new concept, but it is a concept that got people on board. Like the amount, it was getting billions of views on TikTok from the fish people who've come out of the water and are angry with the humans for trashing their planet. It is such a mass appeal idea. and the way of just going, it's in the Doctor Who universe, but there's no Doctor, there's no this, there's no that. Like that you had all eyes on it. And once again, they fumbled the finale, which just turns people away. Like, it became a completely forgettable show, despite episode 3 being banging. As soon
as it did the finale.
Yeah.
I don't think the finale is as bad as some people. I don't think it was
so meh. It's just like it's just.
I don't think it was great.
It sets you up, and you're like, oh, this is going to be some really. I was hoping, and then I did think, how are they going to do this? And I was like, it's okay. Just have hope. I told myself. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, it's okay to believe. And I regret that because all of this. It's not the show that they marketed to us. Like I was expecting politics not in a political show, but something that actually this is how this manifests in this world, because that's a cool thing. Like the whole thing of Torchwood is like, okay, here's the Doctor Who universe seen through a different lens. War Between the Land and the Sea, it's like, okay, here's the Doctor Who universe, but seen through actually this kind of geopolitical sphere that will actually happen. And
No, for me, I hate it when bad people don't get consequences, okay? Doctor Who, you can give them horrific deaths. You can give them all this big
That was so stupid.
Especially because all the innocent fish people died. I wanted to say these, beep this word, but I want to say these die. I wanted to say these, I wanted to say them drown. I wanted to say them all, that wasn't enough for me.
This is exactly the thing, though, is it doesn't subvert any expectations at all.
Yeah.
It tells the same story that was told in 1970 whatever with the Silurians.
2, I think.
Like,
yeah.
oh, UNIT blew them up, and oh no, they can't.
Well, this is
and
the
then
fundamental problem, though.
But
doing
no,
a show-
because just do something.
But the
because it doesn't
fundamental
even focus on that. It then proceeds to go, what if we did Romeo and Juliet, but with a bloke
fish.
and a fish? It's like,
Oh no, I
when
like
he grows
that.
gills.
It didn't even do Romeo and Juliet. I mean, it's like the whole point is of the tragedy of it is that they don't get to be. They both die. That's why it's so impactful and memorable.
he
Not
got
because of the
gills, babe.
romance, because of the tragedy. It's not. It's like it's and they get happily ever. It's like
But in a way,
He's a child for her. He's
Yeah.
child.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
no,
his
but he can
family were
always come
annoying,
back.
though.
He can
to be
always
fair.
come back.
He
I
can
like
just swim
that.
back.
The
Can we also
fundamental-
just quickly touch on just
How many
how?
times he had his shirt off?
Well, no, I think we all know why that was. If you've read the writer's tale, I think we know why.
I was watching
I
it.
think
and I was
Russell's getting everything he wants out of coming
no,
back to
because
this
I was
show.
watching it and I was like, okay, it's one episode now, and it just keeps happening. It's over. Not only when he goes to
To
sleep.
be fair,
it's off.
if you're going into the sea,
If you
Yeah,
look like
you're not-
that and you're going into the sea, yeah. But like, I just personally like it was too many times, and that's do you know what I mean?
I disagree
It was
personally.
it was the right amount of times.
No, I like the vision, but I just think we know your aim, Russell. We know what you're doing.
right? What I was going to say that is funny.
Oh,
That post-credit scene. I'm sorry. Russell in the interviews went, it is the most marvellous post-credit scene we've ever done. It's contained within the narrative. It's not the Doctor showing up. Don't worry. It's a marvellous post-credit scene.
It was a good scene. I didn't need to be.
I love
See, I don't
it.
see the more I've thought about that scene, the less I like it though. Because I think it fundamentally boils down the show to just you need to pick up your litter, and I think it was much more like initially in the earlier episodes, it was a lot more like dynamic about like the corporations and like corporate interests and lobbying and all that, and then in the end it just goes pick up your litter, mate. It felt very Orphan 55-ish. You know what I mean?
I think
At the end of that, where it's just
it's a perfect encapsulation of what happened during the series, because it went from something really complicated. Oh, sorry, Rosanna. Go on.
Oh, just keep speaking. Don't pay.
It went from something really complicated that could have had a really nice comment on the state. On the geopolitical state of the world right now, but instead it just became so surface level. And I want to hear what Rosanna has to say.
I've just came up with this theory.
This better be worth it. This
is.
really better be worth it.
I think it is some.
She froze on. She's going. That is the best timing of anything I've ever seen. I reckon her phone's gone. Oh no, she's back. She's back. You completely froze. We didn't hear a word.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was perfection.
What? Did you hear anything about my theory about
No,
kids?
they literally just stopped.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were just like, that's a shit theory. Okay, what if it shoots a person? She's put in this prison, and because all the politics and stuff, she's put in like this extra prison, and then the Doctor has to break Kate out of prison. Boom, that's a Christmas special.
What a rubbish Christmas special.
There was an episode in 2021. There was an episode called Revolution of the Daleks. I don't know whether you.
Yeah, I reckon they should get John Barrowman back. Go in with his breakout balls. I mean, breakout
just
balls.
keep going. I can die and come back to life and not show.
You're not going to see it.
Oh, that does my head in. Why does he say that in Revolution of the Daleks? Why did he just go, I'm Captain Jack and I'm immortal?
Why
also, he hates dying. He has a question not related to Doctor Who whatsoever. Should I finish this? Because
have you eaten the whole time? Fair play. Go on. Why not?
Come on, then. Can I bring this back to Kate Stewart?
You can.
Yeah.
because I think there's something to what Rosanna was saying about like Kate. Like she through this whole series, she was like slowly becoming less and less good at her job, and she wasn't that great to begin with. And I thought it was leading somewhere.
I agree, because I think now she's got like a reason. She's got like a motivation besides like, I'm the brigadier's daughter. You know, now she's got like,
That is true.
you know, her really fit boyfriend is dead, right? That does something to people. As in Echo's end, when Joe's really fit girlfriend died as well. It does something to people.
I don't know how much I can endorse that message.
So now, back to Elise's theory. Ready? Evil Kit.
No, but that suggests...
Elise was right!
That suggests that any of this is leading anywhere, and I have no faith.
Yeah, but I agree.
Do you want to see how it can all be wrapped up in one episode?
No.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you can check out the latest video on the Confused Adipose YouTube channel, in which I tie up every single plot thread.
But they're not going to do that, Joe. They're not going to.
No, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Because, quite frankly, if Russell is leaving, there is no satisfying way to tie that all up in one episode. It's impossible. There's too much going on.
The most important things, tie them up, and then leave the rest to die in the mud while we have a fresh start.
They should do that with Stranger Things.
Well, I think it's quite nice that Kate Stewart has, like, because they were clearly hoping to go somewhere further with it, because it's set up in Lucky Day as well. Like Shirley says, like, oh, you're going too far when she's like firing at Conrad or whatever. So I think the plan was for it to properly develop, but it just... We don't know what the future of the show is. We don't know if Russell's back for more than one episode.
Keep thinking this and keep kind of forgiving them every time, going, oh, well, it was meant to go somewhere. But it's not. It's not going. I can't be like, oh, Joe, it doesn't matter that I was on the premiere because I meant to be there. And then I thought, really, it's like not buying someone a Christmas present and being like, oh, yeah, but it's the thought that counts, and I thought about doing it.
I don't know though. Because I don't know though, because
I personally think it's a thought that
Harry's don't up it.
I just think there were so many circumstances around this production that were clearly not intended.
Answers. They always, every single time.
No, Tharies is based here, because what you forget is you keep saying, oh, it's thing after thing after thing. It's all a product of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like they had filmed the Robot Revolution before the Star Beast came out. Like, this is all one big block. Like, this is all one chaotic thing. Whatever went down happened and has affected everything within the Doctor Who umbrella.
But they can't expect it to be. They if their circumstances are great, you can deal with them well, or you can deal with them badly.
What do you want them to do? Delete it? Like, you can't
deal with them well. I want them to rise to the challenge.
See, you ask for that, and I can't lie. I think, given the circumstances, the ending we get in the reality war is a miracle that it's actually not that bad.
It is terrible, Joseph. It is terrible.
The reality war, I do like. In some ways, like, they steer a skyscraper with a steering wheel. But in some ways, I'm so here for it, and it's so consistent with the rest of the show they were making. So I do not understand the surprise. There is nothing redeeming in that episode.
Sorry. Right. We can't excuse the original episode as it was originally written. But if you'd shot the reality war and it ends after Omega dies, then it's revealed that Poppy is Susan's mother. If Ncuti then says, I'm never coming back to your show, that is a good way, because it seems purposeful. You can disagree with the direction, but it seems purposeful that the whole thing is set up for him to die to save Poppy. Like, that being a last-minute rewrite, that regeneration scene where he opens the TARDIS doors, Joy's in the sky, Billy Piper, I'll give you. That's a silly decision.
Yeah, that's the bit. That's
the
the
rest
bit that
of it, I think, is
Ironically,
genuinely.
that's the bit that I'm here for.
Well, to be fair, I say that I have softened on it recently because I've kind of come to terms with the fact that this 2026 special is just going to be a big fan wank celebration thingy.
Everything always is.
No, but I know that like that's been overdone at this point. But for me, the way I look at it is the next thing that happens after that has to be different. So I'm fine with Russell doing his last big.
I've played these games before.
But like,
this is what the 60th anniversary was.
I so wish I could agree with you, but that's what we all said. We all said Tennant's coming back, and then after that, it's a fresh new show.
Yeah, that is true.
But
the difference is that Russell's probably leaving after Christmas, though.
The reality wall. So we talk about the reality wall one more time. I'm actually going to shoot myself.
Russell's probably leaving after Christmas, right? So the next thing that happens after that is going to be different, one way or the other. So I'm fine at this point. I've come to terms with the fact that the next episode is going to be him.
That Russell? Do we know that?
Almost
then we get an announcement
definitely.
that Stephen Moffat's taking over.
Yeah, I don't.
Russell is almost 100%. Well, not right. That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
But it is very, very likely because.
Do you guys? If you could choose, would he carry on?
No.
I don't know.
Depends on who his replacement would be.
I'd love for him to write an episode under a different showrunner. I think he's done so much for this show, and I will always have great respect for T Davies, but his time as the showrunner has got to end. He needs to stop, but because it's his, he sees it as his show, and he doesn't see the consequence of him doing what he likes because
I don't know whether I agree with that. I can't say I agree.
I'm getting critical in my old age. I'm becoming quite skeptical.
I'm 22.
I'm an old woman. I'm an old 22.
It may be imprinting on you, probably, from somewhere. Who
Rosanna, did you want Russell to stay?
It'd be all right, yeah.
Well, but the case for Russell and the case against Russell, I think, are both equal. All I want is good Doctor Who. And I know for a fact that Russell can write incredibly good Doctor Who.
How many chances is he going to get, though?
But as I keep saying, though...
So close.
But as I keep saying, what we forget when we're like, oh, yeah, but he didn't learn after season 2. Oh, but he didn't learn for the War Between. That's the same block. Do you know what I mean? He had no way of changing anything because that was birthed as one big thing. So Russell is capable of making good Doctor Who. All that I care about is enjoying the show. I want that, and I know Russell can deliver.
I think we're also forgetting, for as how botched as a lot of this era was, it wasn't all terrible. Everyone's acting now like every single episode that was made was like the worst piece of television ever made. And I just don't think it was.
It didn't feel right, though. It didn't feel right. There were some episodes that I thought, yeah, this is a really good episode. And if I watched this episode on its own and think, actually, when I think about how much I connected with the rest of the era, I really enjoyed this episode. But it didn't feel right. It felt formulaic.
The problem is,
I kind of disagree with the argument against formulaic. I think that formulaic is how Doctor Who's always been, and
I think
that is how. But I think that is how the show. I love the Monster of the Week, but I think also some of it did. This may be unpopular. I think Church on Ruby Road felt like Doctor Who. I think Dot and Bubble felt like Doctor Who. Boom did. Lux did. The Midnight sequel did. It wasn't a fantastic sequel to Midnight, but it was a good episode.
Yeah,
there were episodes that felt like I'm watching a series of Doctor Who here.
Well, this is the thing. If you go back and watch our podcasts, the vibe only started to shift towards season 2 by episode 7. I was loving it. You lot were mostly enjoying it. We were there for it.
Because I still had hope in my heart, Joe. But how many chances can I give him? I can't.
It's the finale.
There's only so many times. At some point, you have to say, no, Russell, I'm not going to let you disappoint me again. It's going to mean too much to me.
Also,
you just have to put your foot down.
You all said I was crazy. You called me a madman. But if you go to the BBC script library right now and read the script for the reality war, you will find that not once is Omega in that episode. That is titled The Beast of Omega. The script says the Doctor and the Ranis are there anticipating the figure that they know so well to stand through that portal. They're waiting for the figure of a man. But no, a contorted beast, the idea of Omega, comes through the portal instead.
That's all really well and good. That's all very well and good, but what do they call him on screen?
I can't lie, Jeff, you need to get a life, because what you said was really boring.
What I said is true, and I will not hear otherwise. He can still come back. Elise, do you have your hand up?
I'm going to make a point that I have already made on this podcast, but maybe you'll be more inclined to listen to me now some space has been put between you and Omega. It doesn't matter whether they call him the Beast of Omega or Omega not, because they cannot go down both routes at the same time. They can't over-explain these tiny little things that we're all like, yeah, we know. So it's clearly they're going, oh, we're going to a completely new audience, but then also expect us to keep up on whether it's the Beast of Omega or the Omega. They can't do both of those at the same time. Like, it creates a confused...
I want to add that my comments there were not in defence of the episode at all. Their use of Omega was shocking. Yeah. Absolutely shocking. But what is glad and what I can hold on to in my heart is that he can still come back. One day he shall come back.
Maybe
and he'll probably be there with his stupid little bucket helmet.
Maybe I'm just jealous because there's no way of doing that for my boy. There's no...
Yeah, no, Sutek. See, that's what I mean. I'm glad. Yeah, Omega's not a dog.
There.
He's not a dog.
Genuinely think the only problem with Sutek is that he's been sat on the TARDIS for all this time.
Then they bring death to death.
I could go into that for so long, but
I personally just think Daleks and Cyberman would be quite nice.
Just one.
Just a Dalek
and Cyberman.
I want an episode titled The Daleks and the Cyberman.
I do think this is the thing, though. They fumbled the bag by not using the iconography. The Daleks and the Cybermen are as iconic to the show as the TARDIS is. Look, you gotta have at least,
especially if you're introducing it to a Disney audience, right? Like, if you're asking the average person, what do you know about Doctor Who? If they know anything, it's going to be Daleks and Cybermen, isn't it?
Yeah, because I don't think. There was one Cyberman in the Jodie era, but there was nothing really like...
What?
You don't think there was one Cyberman in the Jodie era?
There was actually the one Cyberman and one...
There was the lone Cyberman, there were the new Cybermen, there were the classic Cybermen. And by classic, I mean 2005.
There was Cybermen for everywhere. They were all over.
Well, I can't remember it. So
there were Time Lord Cybermen.
There were Time Lord Cybermen.
There were Cybermen everywhere.
There were Time Lord Cybermen, but with black paint.
I did not really watch a lot of Jodie because I couldn't be arsed.
Rosanna is the only one here not to have watched all of New Who because she didn't watch Legend of the Sea Devils.
Understandable.
I have now because Jodie
Wait, you have watched it?
Yeah, with you.
Can't remember that.
Said,
maybe.
This is a one episode I have not watched. And then he went, and put it on then.
I don't think I've sat through it all since 2022. But maybe we've watched a bit of it.
Yeah, probably. That's enough, right?
It's Simon's favourite episode, isn't it? Harry, you love that episode. You love it.
I think it's a disgrace to my race. Therefore, I should not watch it.
I just find it funny now that
leave the Sea Devils alone.
I just find it funny though that Chibnall revisionism has come into fashion, and then I always think of that episode and go, no, it wasn't good either.
Oh, we watched Orphan 55 at my birthday, and I was like,
we did. Benny, I do love the line in Orphan 55 where she's taken the virus out of Ryan. And the Doctor walks up to Hyphen and goes, I've just pulled this out of a friend of mine. And she goes, whatever you choose to do in the privacy of Tranquility Spa is none of our business. It wasn't recreational. That's nice. I like that. But the rest of it is questionable.
Joe, you can cut this out, but I think we should play a drinking game to that. Film it. And then that become a really funny video.
Maybe. I'll get some J2Os out.
If 55 had been like a like, if they had set the entirety of it in the Tranquility Spa and it was like a base under siege thing, I think I would have absolutely loved that episode.
No,
but then they
because
just got in a random cart and ran around everywhere for a bit, and I was like, nah, this isn't for me.
I think there's with that episode.
Benny!
Yeah, no,
I just don't understand why there's a furry in it, because it's not a cat person like in the Russell T Davies era.
Yeah,
Like-
that was one of my
The
first
liberals
ever
have taken
Bible-
over.
It feels
was one of
very
my first
classic
ever-
Doctor Who.
Well, it's the
Like that.
tail that concerns me with hyphen with a 3.
No, it's the eye
because
makeup.
she's supposed to be a real alien, but she's clearly a person in a costume. Like, is that
Yeah.
the vibe? Or
And
is-
it's like,
Maybe it's
you
a
can tell
contrast.
because it's like
I
a
love the idea
face,
of
a
just
nose,
any
and
random person watching an episode of Doctor Who and just going, well, it's supposed to be an alien, but it's clearly a person in a costume.
No, but it breaks the immersion when the tail isn't coming from the place a tail should come. Like,
Wait, where does-
Decide
Wait,
where
wait.
tails
go
should
back
I
and watch
can't-
Orphan 55, and you'll also have
I
a
can't
problem
say
with Hyphen's
I can't
tail.
say I looked very in depth at where her tail was coming from.
Yeah, you were focusing on the.
Well, that's getting cut. Go back to something Elise said, if I could.
You may.
Thank you. You said that this era didn't feel the same,
Yes.
and I have felt that at different points in this era. However, there is a part of me, and I'm not saying this is for you, but I'm saying for me, there's a part of me that wonders: is that just because we're not 7 or 8 years old anymore?
I have
and-
considered this myself. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just going to say, because, like, obviously, I don't know how kids are responding to it, but occasionally I will get comments of, like, families and stuff being like, oh, my kid really loves watching Shooty and stuff and whatever, and it's kind of like... okay. It's kind of like...
Sorry, you're just having a really nice discussion while Rosanna's just shoving Ben and Jerry's down. Sorry, carry on.
My point is it the case that we have just... Because the thing is, Russell was trying to aim it at a younger audience, clearly, right? Like, that was the idea with Space Babies and stuff. Are we just outside of the age? Maybe it is just never going to quite feel the same way as it did when we were younger, because we're older now. Regardless of what it's...
to this, which is when you... Sorry.
No, you go.
No.
I'll respond to both your points at the same time. Carry on.
No, you made a point of being interrupted. Speak now.
Thank you very much. I have considered this myself because my dad's friends have kids and they all grew up. My dad and his friends all grew up like playing Doctor Who, and they would like
Losers.
they had a tree called the
Who do
TARDIS
that?
tree. Back when it wasn't even cool to like Doctor Who as well. They were proper
It's not cool
fans.
now.
Yeah, it's not cool now.
My my
Do you remember
uncle,
back when it was cool for a little? It's like,
Yeah,
brief time.
2013.
I'm coming back to that. So, yeah, to the point where my uncle, who grew up loving Doctor Who, saw the war between the land and the sea, thought it looked good, and then his friend went, "Oh, it's a Doctor Who thing." He went, "No, I'm not going to watch it." But I have considered this, whether it is that sort of like childhood bias, because yeah, my dad's friends' kids grew up and they love Jodie Whittaker so much, and I'm so grateful that they have their doctor and that for them she will always be their doctor. But obviously we grew up on that kind of crux of Tennant and Smith. We all joined at different points, but that was when we were growing up.
Yeah,
that was that
Joseph,
age.
you fake fan.
Fake fan. I cannot. My first memory of crying ever was when David Tennant regenerated into Matt Smith. I was absolutely inconsolable.
Your
My dad
first
had to
memory
carry
of
me.
crying was when you were 6.
Yeah,
Well, when's your first memory of crying?
Way before that, like Doomsday.
have terrible.
What
I don't
tears.
remember Disney Doomsday airing, but like my dad said that me and my sister were like in hysterics. Like we could not be torn away from the television. We were so like, I love David Tennant. I love Matt Smith, but he never ever compared to me to David Tennant. And then I watched Peter Capaldi and I was like, I like it. But my doctor now is Peter Capaldi because I've rewatched the whole thing. And for me, the magic in the Peter Capaldi era is just so much more me. So I know that it's not just that nostalgia feeling.
Yeah,
because-
I don't think it's just that, to be clear. I'm not saying that, like, everyone's just nostalgia
No,
goggles.
because
The amount of people that are watching it, and I'm getting there, sorry, but the people that are like, there's kids watching Doctor Who these days, but nowhere near the level that it was when we were kids. It was like, I'm not going to say it was cool to watch Doctor Who, but I mean, when I speak to people, when people know that I'm a Doctor Who fan and they come up to me on a night out and they're like, and they try and think of a conversation topic and they go, I like David Tennant, and they go, because they remember watching David Tennant and Matt Smith as the Doctor. It was a cultural phenomenon. It's just not now. With the stragglers still hanging on, hoping it could be more than what it
like
can be.
Sutek in many ways, clinging onto the TARDIS for dear life, hoping.
Right, Artie, you've had your hand up for about 3 hours.
I'll just also building on like I think when Tharos, you were talking about that commenter that you had, there was like a fundamental issue in what they commented, in that when like a good Pixar movie comes out, or like Doctor Who back in 2005, the sentence was, I love watching that with my kid. It's something we can watch together. Whereas they said, my kid loves watching that. And there's like a subtle difference there where it's
I get what you mean.
It's the Doctor Who wasn't aimed at kids, it was aimed at families. No,
that is true. That is very fair. It's just interesting because it's like, I have a story about specifically what you were talking about. You know, when like it was cool to like Doctor Who? I have a distinct memory of the point where it no longer became cool. And I want to tell this story, so I don't know.
Go on, we'll hear the story.
So
when I was
in primary school, there was I had this mate called Seb who had like a very curtains haircut. That's not relevant to anything. But
shout out to Seb and his curtains.
Larry's has got the spotlight. He's going to waffle this story for a long time.
Skip to 10 minutes after.
He loved Doctor Who.
Larry's had a friend called Seb who had curtains.
He loved Doctor Who, and like we bonded over it. And I remember, I think 2013, 2014, I think it was start of Capaldi, I think. I remember like we would all go away for summer holidays and he was excited for Doctor Who. Next year we came back, he was into wrestling and didn't want to talk about Doctor Who anymore. And that was the year Capaldi joined. And it felt like a metaphor.
Also Capaldi
and that was the year Capaldi joined. And then I felt like Woody from Toy Story, just like, well, that's
yeah, but he likes wrestling.
Yeah, so, well, he would always say that Doctor Who's not real, and I would say neither's wrestling, and then he didn't like when I said that.
You had such wit as a child.
Rosanna, go on.
Forgotten my point, but
but you're going to talk anyway.
I've got it. So basically, my little cousins, they now watch Doctor Who with their family, and I didn't force that as well. I guarantee, if I forced it, they wouldn't have watched it. And they actually really like it. They're now on Capaldi stuff, but they were really scared to begin with. But because kids don't see special effects. They might do, but they really don't. Especially if it's good TV, they'll know, like, you know what I mean? So they
Which is why hyphen with a 3 stands out so much in All 55, because it breaks the illusion for anyone, even kids. Carry on.
Exactly, innit? But yeah, also with Capaldi coming out, Capaldi came out in August because I was in Thailand when it came out, and I remember like coming back, watching it because I couldn't watch it in Thailand, and then watching it and being like, "Oh my god, has everyone seen this? It's actually quite good." Like, only Maya had seen it. Everyone else fell off the earth. But then also you're hitting like 6. I was going 6, 7. You hitting 6 territory. So that's where kids start to like grow up. Shut up, Artie. You know, I feel like get to a certain age, they just want to do like once they're in year 7 at least. Like we were just the Sardos, but you know.
Well, I think one of the big problems is we haven't had a Tom Baker. We haven't had a David Tennant since David Tennant.
Yeah.
Nobody has stuck around long enough to really establish themselves, because sure, Matt Smith did 3 seasons, but it was over 3 years. Tennant, when you actually look at how long he was the titular character, was 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Tennant, Matt Smith did exactly 3, dipped. Capaldi technically did 4, but had a year off.
Did 4.
Jodie did 3, but shorter. Shooty did 2.
No,
we need one of
Matt
them.
Smith did 4
for a long time.
Jodie was actually there for 5 years as well, though, because of the gaps. She was also there for 5.
Smith
but
did.
because they didn't
COVID, so time didn't count.
Yeah, like because they didn't output stuff. And I'd argue actually Jodie has had quite a bigger cultural impact than, let's say, Ncuti or Capaldi or whoever, probably because she was the figurehead for, like, the lockdown video she did always comes to mind, where, like, she got in the cupboard.
Well, that's the thing, Ncuti
like,
never really got the opportunity to do any of that.
But this is what I mean.
That's
I think people underestimate as well. As Doctor Who fans, we are used to the main character changing. We're fine with that. We will stick with the show. But just like young Elise and young Ailish crying their eyes out, that's the death of the show for many people. So the show needs to actually build up a years-long arc with a Doctor, which I think is what Russell wanted to do. Rosa.
But also, I think, like, and I've said this before. And
Thanks a lot.
No, right. What have you just speak?
I'm speaking. I've said this before. But, like, I think Tennant's last year as the Doctor, releasing only specials, worked so well because it meant, like, I remember it, and each one was like an event. Like, everyone knew there was a Doctor Who episode coming out.
So was Halloween. Legend of the Sea Devils, Artie. That was a year of special.
No. Okay? Look, and I would love, seeing as they don't know what they're doing, and all we want is good Doctor Who. Here's my pitch. Billy sticks around and we just do specials.
This is our next podcast. No spoilers, please.
Oh, okay. Well, I just think just do specials until because Russell understands the show. I don't like what he's done with it, but he does understand it. So just do specials until he either comes up with an idea that he is happy with and can spend time writing, or he finds someone who's like, if he doesn't showrun Doctor, if I don't get to see his version of Doctor Who, then I'll be furious. Just 4 episodes a year for the next however long, and keep it a cultural staple, but without the pressure of a series every year.
My hand was up, actually.
Yeah, you go first.
Can we stop with the hands up? It's quite disconcerting. Can we just...
Mr. Street.
One of the main rumours going around, and I think you've covered it as well, haven't you? Is that they want to, like, basically do, like, one of the ideas is basically do it like how Sherlock did it. Do you know, where you'd have like 4 sort of special episodes a year, which is what you're asking for. So that is one of the rumours. I don't know whether I'm as keen, but then there's part of me that's like, is that just because my bank account? But I don't know, you know, I'm just...
They need to make it like Flux. Chibnall gets a lot of slack, and you'll call it Chibnall revisionism, but that is modern TV. The fundamental problem with current Doctor Who is it's too old-fashioned. With the beauty of Doctor Who back in the day was anyone from the general public could tune in, watch Love and Monsters, and go, I'll leave that, I'll come back to it next week, and it will be something completely different. It always changed. Whereas when you're streaming, you watch them all in order. You binge them. That format of we'll tune in one week, because us as hardcore fans will watch no matter what, but there is no set genre, there is no set whatever, and you can argue that's the beauty of Doctor Who, but I think in this day and age, it only hurts the show to have, like, look at the leaked viewing figures from Disney Plus, Space Babies, Devil's Cord, Boom, 73 Yards, they're so tonally different, like there's no consistent through line. You need one narrative that is properly bingeable. Like that, I think, is where modern Doctor Who needs to go.
I disagree.
But that's because you're a Doctor Who fan. You love the way it's been because that's the way it's been. But we need to evolve. It is because I'm a Doctor Who fan.
No. Because also people can binge as long as they enjoy the shows and the episodes are all consistently good. You can binge and a lot of people binge NCIS. Loads of people.
That's the thing. Buffy. Those are the most.
I've been binging Malcolm in the Middle, Friends. You know, I know they're sitcoms and stuff, but Buffy, X-Files.
Right. That all the things you've mentioned there aren't technically high-end TV. If Doctor Who is high-end TV, no, because it's considered by the budget they have. So Doctor Who is classed as high-end TV. When you have that budget, people are not willing. You can't, and because people, they want to binge the whole thing. It's so tonally inconsistent. It just throws people off. Like, you can disagree all you like, but look at the viewing figures.
But the tone is the problem. You can have an episodic story with a consistent tone. Russell did it for 4 years. Rosanna's absolutely right. The most watched shows in the world are the like NCIS, The Rookie, like these random shows on Netflix, and it wouldn't like. And I disagree with the idea that Doctor Who has to be high-end TV. Like, you can set an episode in a council estate with a crappy monster, and as long as it's written well, it can be some fantastic Doctor Who.
But this is why I'm saying you can't, because I'm not saying it has to be high-end TV. I'm saying that's what it is now. You either. Like, this format
what it is
that you
now
want,
is also shit.
The format that you want works for something like Inside Number 9 because it doesn't cost much money. It doesn't cost whatever. It is just sort of do that, small budget. It's a cult following. It's not a mass appeal show. Doctor Who has the problem. It's being beaten by its own success. It is so successful. It has historically been so successful that it has to, like, it looks like a step back to make it a cult show again. The BBC can't make as much money out of it if it's not this wide mass appeal thing. Maybe the step they take now is to make it a cult show again because it didn't work on the worldwide stage. But if you are having high-end TV Doctor Who, you cannot go from singing goblins to like Jinx Monsoon to a really serious in a quarry that's not really a quarry, to an episode of The Twilight Zone, to an episode of Black Mirror, to an episode of...
But the issue is the tone. It's not the episodic nature.
I'm with you, Artie.
Yes and no, though. I think Monster of the Week's a bit archaic. Like, it can work again, and I'm sure it will come back into fashion, but right now, there aren't really any shows like
Doctor
that.
Who's not a trendsetter. See, it's just...
But look at Stranger Things, for example. I really think Doctor Who should try a Stranger Things approach.
I disagree, but also because Stranger Things, like the reason stuff like Stranger Things and Game of Thrones can jump off is that they had no legacy when they started, so they got popular off the story. I think even if Doctor Who did something as good as Stranger Things now, not as many people would watch it because it has a reputation of a legacy. The beauty of it being Monster of the Week is that you should be able to chime in at any point and just watch an episode, even if you are 60 years late. And
no,
also,
people don't do that.
I can't remember what I was about to say.
Yeah.
The issue is that people don't do that. They don't just tune in to watch one episode. If you're watching a TV show now, you're watching it from episode one.
Because it's pitched as this like high-end, high-budget
No,
thing.
but even if Doctor Who became low budget and kitschy again, it's still going to be on all the streaming services.
Yeah.
Whatever happens with regards to whatever deal they make and however they format it, fundamentally, viewing habits have changed, not only in the sense that people don't watch terrestrial TV, but in terms of how we engage with television. It was much more common in the 2000s to just chuck something on because it was on midway through and not think about it.
Yeah.
Now, people are like, no, I have to watch the start and understand how it all fits together. And I think one of the fundamental issues with this era is that they tried to have their cake and eat it.
They tried both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They tried to have the episodic thing of RTD1, and they also tried to incorporate the serialization of modern streaming shows with the whole Mrs. Flood, Ruby's Mum, all of that stuff. That's meant to be your through line. And the issue is, it ends up feeling like you're doing too much, especially in an 8-episode run. Like, they're all competing for space, and it doesn't work. You need to either pick one or the other, basically, is what I'm saying. You need to either pick fully episodic.
I'd be inclined to agree with Artie if we had 15 episodes a year. With 8 episodes, the format's broken. You cannot do Monster of the Week in 8 episodes. It's why Chibnall...
I agree with you.
But this is the thing. Because the way TV's made now, the expenses, the fact that it's got to be high-end to please BBC and keep it as a mass appeal show... It's impossible to keep to this Monster of the Week format without it feeling old.
I don't understand why that, like, the idea of it being mass appeal, like, is connected to it being a high-end show. When, like, The Rookie is the most streamed show on Now TV, and this, like, show called SWAT is the most streamed show on Netflix.
There's a really interesting podcast with Peter Capaldi that I recommend everyone watching should listen to. Where he talks about one of the things he disliked about Doctor Who is how it's a brand now. He fell in love with it when it was this sort of more niche thing, but it is one of, if not the biggest powerhouse the BBC has. Everything has to be big, high end. It's why, like, it was one of the most, like, insane streaming deals ever made between Disney, Doctor Who, in terms of United Kingdom TV. Like, that just doesn't really happen, and it is because Doctor Who has such a legacy. It's such a big thing. It isn't this niche thing. And also, if we look back to the classic era, sorry, Elise, I'll be done in a second.
No, I just realised you didn't want to do hands up.
If we look back to the classic era, like, they didn't do Monster of the Week. It was 6 weeks of one story following the Tomb of the Cybermen or the Rise of the Daleks or the whatever. Like, you have 6 weeks dedicated to that story that people tune into. And I think that's where we are now. Monster of the Week was brought about by Buffy, by the X-Files in the 90s. It worked lovely, but times change. I'm sure eventually it'll come back into fashion, but right now, Doctor Who needs to be similar to Stranger Things, similar to the classic era, where it is, because I'm not saying it only needs one story, but if you did like 3 stories a year but split into 4 parts each or something, that works so much better.
I agree with the idea of 3 stories a year, but 1 part each. I think Monster of the Week, it's either got to be Black Mirror, where it's 4 episodes a year, or it's got to be like NCIS, where it's 15. It's like, I think that's what it's got.
It's never going to be NCIS. Even if they made it cheaper, there's no way they could make 15. Like, it just isn't gonna.
What I don't understand is why are you saying that we can't do Monster of the Week with 8 episodes? If we did, if you had 8 different episodes, let's say 6, and then a 2-part finale, all with Monster of the Week, but all the stories complemented each other and built to this wider story, which is how it's been done before, obviously, with more episodes. Why does that not work?
Well, no, but this is why I'm saying Flux is the best model. Chibnall was way ahead of the curve because you still have your Sontaran episode, you have your Weeping Angel episode, but the Angels and the Sontarans are in every episode. They just get a highlight on that week because that way you get the both of best worlds.
The issue with that,
worlds. You get one consistent story.
Like, have you seen Hannah Montana?
Where you get, here's your Dalek week, here's your Cyberman week, here's your this week. But it's all focused around the Flux.
The issue I have with that, though, right, and it's the issue with.
Was it Flux shit?
Well, kind of, yeah. But the issue with that is the same issue I have with like season 1 and 2 is because Flux is so interconnected. If the entire storyline doesn't resolve satisfactorily, you just end up with the feeling of, because like I've tried at multiple points to just go back and watch World of Sontarans, for example, because I like that one. But then it's always like, oh, but there's all the Flux stuff that didn't.
But why would we plan? Again, us in the writers' room at the BBC, why would we plan to do a series that, just in case it doesn't end satisfyingly, make it end satisfyingly? Do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But this is the thing as well, though. As we were just talking about, season 1 and season 2 are both widely regarded as not very good because of the season finales. It's not like the season finale, no matter what, has a problem. And this is why I liken it to Stranger Things.
You not like the season 1 finale?
As of Empire of Death.
Empire of Death.
Oh.
Right. not the brilliant series one. Tharies, Artie, I don't know about you guys. We've all started or finished watching Pluribus.
I'm on
Apple TV. Rosanna or Elise? No, it's great sci-fi.
Very good.
Where are you, Joe?
I've finished it.
I'm on the last episode. I haven't finished
amazing.
it yet, but I've watched everything else.
I'm personally watching Malcolm in the Middle right now.
Very similar to Doctor Who. I couldn't escape the thought while watching it that Oh, it's nice to see a sci-fi that you don't have to make leaps in logic because it's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because so often with the writing of Doctor Who nowadays, you go, oh yeah, but it's Doctor Who, so we'll allow it.
Yeah.
Pluribus is this very Doctor Who-y concept, but completely natural. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but it's in a way similar to the earlier seasons of Stranger Things, where it feels so much more real. And I think it's why series 1 with Eccleston and Rose feels real, because they don't actually leave Earth. They go to the future, they go to the past, they go to a station in its orbit, but it is all Earth. It feels so much more grounded, it feels so much more real. And that's not to say you can never go and have wacky adventures, but it needs to feel grounded. And when you read The Writer's Tale or watch old Doctor Who Confidential, like the Satan Pit Confidential I watched the other day for some reason, and Russell is there going like, you absolutely cannot have white spaceships. They have to be rustic, they have to be run down, they have to be worn. And it's like, that is so much more real than him now going, babies talk and music and da da da. And it's like,
I think
make
another
it
thing
real again.
Pluribus specifically that Doctor Who misses is the pacing. Pluribus is, most of the episodes are around 45 minutes long, right? There's occasional ones that are like an hour, but generally it's about 45 to an hour, which is about the same as what Doctor Who is. But the fundamental difference I found with Pluribus between that and Doctor Who is that you get these whole scenes where characters are just left to interact with the environment and the world, and you really get a sense of who these people are and like how this scenario has affected them. And one of my issues with RTD2 is that it's edited like a TikTok. It's edited like we're doing this thing, this thing. And I think the thing is, if you are going to do if say we do go serialized, you've got to let the story breathe. You know what I mean? I think that's something Pluribus does very well that Doctor Who hasn't been doing.
Who was it that said, no matter the scenario, you'd be happy to watch like Donna and Doctor get coffee? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter the scenario, you're there for the characters. The scenario is helpful and it improves the stakes of the characters, but not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, building off that, it's why Belinda fell off the radar, because she, like, I think every character you have in your story needs to push the plot in a direction that is natural to who they are, rather than things just happening to them. Because season 2 became, oh well, Russell's had an idea for this episode and this other writer's going to do this one, and this, things just happen to them rather than them making things happen. Like, go back to Bill in series 10. She goes against the Doctor's will with the monks and does that. Capaldi lies to her about his vision, which allows the monks in. Like, characters need to be making the plot go on rather than Russell going, we've got this marvellous idea, we've got a whiteboard here, we're going to go to the Interstellar Song Contest, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Why do they go there? Like, what pushes them other than the need to tell that story on that week?
To be fair, season 2 does kind of do that with the whole
I think
they don't need to be in those specific places. They just need to go anywhere, and it's it just feels like a plot device to move them around. It doesn't feel natural.
It's not of their own volition. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When you can see through the formula and you see that it's all formulaic rather than feeling natural, the immersion is kind of broken. But that's
the feeling, Faris. That's the feeling for me, at least. Is I don't get. I'm watching this app. I mean, I keep not watching it, but it's absolutely terrible thing on Netflix called Runaway. It is hilariously bad, and I'm watching it to laugh at it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's everything. And it's just about this girl that ran away, and it's her dad trying to find her. But everything is like, there'll be a character that just arrives and is like, oh, I shouldn't tell you this, but... And then it's
is that the one with Nessa in from Gavin and Stacey?
Yes, yeah. It's like the whole thing is really Uncanny Valley. But
it's such a shame, because I was going to watch that. It looked good.
The cast is amazing, and I mean, but it's just so like this character will literally be like, I shouldn't tell you this, but you should go here, or the keys will be left on the side, and it's so like, well, this is what the plot needs to. It's so obvious. It's not something that you get lost in, and that for me is the feeling that I was talking about earlier. I don't feel lost in it at all these days.
we do the questions?
Yeah. Well, does anyone have any final comments on that? Or I think we've covered that quite nicely, because it is difficult to sort of pinpoint what everyone's discomfort with modern Doctor Who is.
I was going to say, I think one of the issues is everyone has different interpretations of what makes Doctor Who Doctor Who. And this is one of the fundamental problems with making Doctor Who, is it's been so many different things to so many different people throughout its existence. You know, to some people, their ideal version of Doctor Who is the John Pertwee, they stay on Earth and they do like an alien invades and they shoot it down. That's like their version. That's not my version of it, but to someone, that's like their dream version.
It needs to stop chasing Days Gone By and just be its own thing.
I love the David Tennant era, but I also love the Matt Smith era because it commits to what it is and it goes, we're doing something different and we're going to do it. We don't need to, chase after these ideals. But I have an idea of what it should be. It just needs to pick a script and stick to it.
I think the issue with RTD2, though, is it tries to please everyone. And in the process, it doesn't please anyone.
But this is why, maybe as much as I love Russell, maybe it is time for someone completely new, like Jack
want someone
Thorne.
Completely different. Yeah,
just someone that comes in with, this is my idea of Doctor Who that's never been done before. Bam.
It's
but Rosanna,
personal.
Go on. What were you going to say?
I also think a lot of people point this out in like movies and TV shows just of modern day, but there's a lot of like Netflixy lighting and so everything is so even supposed to be dingy and dirty. Like the perfect example of this is the episode Boom. It's obviously, I know it's not in a quarry. You can tell it's not a quarry. Like it is just I like Doctor Who to be dirty and rustic, but when it's clean, it's such a nice contrast. There's a lot of clean episodes that I do really like. Ark in Space is one of them, but
I like Ark in Space.
I personally think it's too tight and tidy, and you don't like see little character reactions that make you laugh. You don't see like a perfect example of this is in Journey's End. There's a really funny bit where Sarah Jane is hugging Captain Jack.
Here we go.
Yeah.
To Sarah Jane.
No, but
I know the bit.
Sarah Jane's hugging Captain Jack, and then Donna just shoves her off and hugs Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is what I like. I like it when the actors are having fun, when they're actually having a bit of banter, just real.
When it feels real. That's the thing, because like you look in. Right, this. Oh, we need to wrap this up, but I'm going to make this my final comment and then I'll shut up. But I love Ncuti Gatwa. He is an incredibly talented actor. He is a genius. When he knows what he's reading, like in The Giggle, 10 out of 10 performance. But I get the feeling from both Millie Gibson and Ncuti for quite a lot of scenes, and Varada Sethu for episodes like the Interstellar Song Contest. You don't get those moments with Captain Jack and Sarah Jane from Journey's End, because they don't know what's going on. Yeah. Like, the faces they're pulling in the background or whatever are just sort of vacant. They're like...
No, you're right. It feels like someone's just like invited them to be in it, and then they're just ending up like on the first filming day in a living room blurting out Doctor Who quotes for no fucking reason. So like, and because the writing's subpar and their performance is uninformed, it just can't work.
That's going to make sense.
I think you deliver that scene beautifully.
I disagree.
You know what? I'll give you this. I think you deliver it the best it could possibly be delivered, which is not very well.
I think
that's
there as well.
Joe, that's worse.
I think there as well on like the actors not really understanding how to react. I think one of the core issues with that is that the stakes aren't grounded in, especially in the finales in particular, the stakes aren't grounded in anything other than, hey, look, it's that bloke. Remember them? And the issue is, most of the actors, and for that matter, most of the audience, don't remember them. They've got no reason. I think the fundamental difference is, obviously, with, like, RTD1, the compelling part about, like, one of the best scenes in Stolen Earth is the bit where the Dalek's voice comes over Mr. Smith, and, Sarah Jane just breaks down. She's like, oh my God, you're so young. And you get through context clues, because she's met the Daleks before. and they're screwed. And the audience, even if they haven't seen Genesis of the Daleks or ever seen classic Doctor Who, they know what the Daleks are about. So when like they're like, oh, she's met them and she knows, and Jack's met them and he knows, there's a level to which the audience feels informed. Whereas when you go, well, you see, guys, this particle went off that means now that the Time Lords can't reproduce. And
he's scary because he's scary. Just trust us on that one.
So what we're going to do is we're going to show you Pyramids of Mars on the screen.
Conrad's line, like I know he's telling like reading kids' books, but it always did bother me with the Omega reveal, right? Because the Beast of Omega reveal. He in Wishworld, we hear the actual voice of the real Omega yelling, "Long live Omega! Omega shall be free!" And then Conrad goes, "Omega, who was the scariest, meanest Time Lord of them all." Is that the best you've got? Like I know he's telling like a story, but like what happened to like he's so young, my boy is he's a really mean Time Lord.
Can I just ask Conrad, a quick question?
Cheers.
I feel like we all love this show, and we could all talk about it for hours. But Miku Coop wants to know which Doctor Who villain each of us reminds each other of.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I wonder what my one's going to be.
I wonder what my one's going to be.
Tharies.
A Santaran.
His name is Max.
Actually, Tharies, you do always remind me of a certain character from Doctor Who. There's this guy in Wishworld who's in the background, and he's got a beanie on. You look quite similar.
You know what? I get that a lot.
Artie would be.
Artie would be. Sorry. What'd you say?
The Absorber laugh.
Artie right now looks like, when John Sim goes mad in the end of time and he's like,
does.
Beef and fat and fat and pork and beef.
And he's like, hungry.
Artie, I think you'd be, I cannot remember his name, from Amy's Choice.
The Dream Lord.
Yeah.
Artie, I think you'd be the meddling monk, actually. Yeah. Actually, people in the comments said, Artie, Google Peter Buttersworth. Apparently, you look like the guy who played the meddling monk. Which I've been
told that I look like I can't remember the guy's name.
What a great story.
There is a celebrity that I get compared to a lot, and I need to remember what his name
is. Is it Steve from Minecraft?
Elise, you remind me.
Oh, of that woman who's like hungry.
I don't know who any of you remind me of.
I watched Idiot's Lantern with the Mans, and he absolutely loved that character. He was like, she's my favourite. You know how I always talk about doing I want to host a Doctor Who minor characters party. He said he was going to come in drag as hungry.
Oh, God. Fair play to him. Fair play.
I kind of want to
look like this man.
Well, I can't really see it. It's sort of you
kind of do.
I can kind of see it a little bit.
Yeah.
In the future,
look at him when he's the meddling monk, because that's what you look like.
Joe looks like
nice.
I don't know. Joe
Scongo. I get Scongo a lot. Famous
Joe
Doctor Who.
Joe would be something that is very hey. I'm like the controller of things.
Like the conundrum.
The pudding.
Would Joe not be the one from that little boy who does the dance?
I know we've already had the Absorber off, but it does kind of feel like when we're on these podcasts, you're like Victor Kennedy. You're there like, right, everyone, we need to start talking about Doctor Who now.
We've met the real Victor Kennedy, though. Anyway,
Rosanna would be the Rachnos.
I kind of see it.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be Cassandra. Actually. That's so much better.
No.
Oh, come on. I just want she's feeling good.
I'm trying to think of a good one.
What if I got like a bunch of lip filler and started looking like Millie Bobby Brown? Like,
I'd say Elise could actually be someone like the Rani. I feel like Elise has that vibe. She'd.
I get Spider Woman, and she gets Sexy Rani.
I feel like Missy is kind of.
Elise isn't bonkers enough.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, because Missy's like proper mental. Elise is more strategic. Like if Elise was a supervillain, she would be like the Rani.
No,
she would.
Elise would be that from the Cyberman episode. You know, the woman with the massive skirt who wears the umbrella and is like.
Oh, I hate. That's literally my least favourite episode of
You are kind of like her, though. I
love her, but she does look really good in red lipstick. So
Yeah.
you know what? I do kind of see it.
I get a giant spider. So
No, there's definitely a better one.
Joe, I think you would be the seminal villain portrayed by Stephen Burkoff in The Power of Three.
Oh.
It's still the call's still there, Burkoff. Come on this podcast and face me. Not only are you the most pretentious drama practitioner of all time, right, mate, you don't deserve to be on the A-level or GCSE syllabus. And I don't know if you even are.
I don't know even if you are. Definitely using the word practitioner.
Well, no, but that's what
He's
that's what he's called. He's a drama practitioner.
I have to study him.
Your ego is too big to allow you
with
to
your
let
pride
a good
and your ego.
You've destroyed
a
brilliant episode of Doctor
It's funny that you've got the red lighting because I know that it's not, but it makes you look more angry. It makes you look.
Can I just say, thank God none of you chose that Beetle woman for me. Just say.
Beetle woman.
I got Max Capricorn from Artie.
What are you?
I got Max Capricorn from Artie.
Yeah, well, we're not going down the
We could have said
route
Davros.
So.
I think Max Capricorn I see more because he's like got that kind of like.
Tharies is like Conrad with his politics channel.
Tharies is like Capricorn because he went through a financial crisis.
You know who Joe kind of reminds
because his YouTube channel is a sinking ship.
Artie, you look like the Goblin King. That's what you're.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah,
you're the Goblin King.
Rosanna, who were you going to insult me with?
You know, the one from the Sarah Jane Adventures, who like is kind of good, but they're kind of not, and like they go into people's bodies, and they're like Androvax.
Oh, the one with the tongue.
Oh, yeah. Elise kind of gives Mrs. Wormwood energy. Do you know what I mean?
I played Mrs. Wormwood in a junior production of Matilda, and I want to play her again so I can sing.
No, I didn't mean Matilda, Mrs. Wormwood, though. I meant Sarah Jane Adventures, Mrs. Wormwood.
Oh.
Oh my God, I know who Elise is.
Right, this is the last one. This question has gone on long enough.
Elise is... I was about to go Midnight, but she's not Sky. She's the horrible mum.
No. Elise literally looks exactly like the woman from Partners in Crime, Mrs. Foster.
I was waiting for that to be said.
Yeah.
Get Mrs. Foster up.
I'm Nanny. Guys, what's everyone's favourite silly spoken Doctor Who quote? Because I've had in my head, like, on the last month.
I'm Arthur, hi!
The spaceship, it's entered the atmosphere!
I love the steward just died from Kylie.
This is a classic.
Or, you know, Tallulah, she doesn't say anything, but she puts on her dressing gown and goes, something about that. Like,
just my favourite line at the moment is, "Sometimes I think we're all your children," because I can hear the orchestra swelling as it happens, and it's one of my to Colonel Ibrahim blank.
One of my favourites of that similar vein is an absolute corker of a line from, I think it's Ascension of the Cybermen. "Quite the grudge you've got against humanity, especially considering you used to be one."
Oh, it's beautiful.
I have a question from George Parker, which I think was premonised and directed towards Rosanna. What do you think was Miss Evangelista's favourite flavour of ice cream?
Oh
my
God, you would be Miss Evangelista.
Yeah, because your face is all.
Does that mean you get married to Elon Musk?
Because she's so pretty. Because she's so pretty.
Is that the one that gets married to Elon Musk? I can't remember.
Okay, she wouldn't be Miss Evangelista.
Right, ice cream expert. What's Miss Evangelista's ice cream?
I personally think she'd be black cherry because she's quite posh but a bit thick. So she'd be like, "Ooh, look at me with black cherry," but then realise it's just vanilla with like cherries in.
No, I've just thought of a good villain for.
Didn't know
She's
that
not
was a
really villain.
flavour.
Rosanna, you know the unicorn in The Unicorn and the Wasp? All right then.
Howie, man! All right then, man!
God, the thief.
There aren't that many Geordies in Doctor Who, are there?
Oh, right.
There's none.
Is Peter Kay a Geordie?
No.
So,
What is he?
Ginger
What is
Ninja.
Belinda.
Oh, yeah.
Ginger Ninja 1987 wants to know.
Sorry, are we keeping you?
Yeah. If you could pick a streaming service for Doctor Who to go on, what would it be?
I'd pick BBC. It's cheap. It's
No, we're talking
easy
about
done.
everywhere else, though.
Partnership.
Apple TV.
Okay.
I'm with Joe. That's what I was going to say.
Get a VPN.
Similar vein, I'm going to say Amazon Prime.
Get a VPN. This is a co-production deal.
The point is...
Oh, HBO. Because a lot
That's a good one. I like it.
Because
Yeah.
also
It's owned
it
by
can still
Netflix.
release
Absolutely
episodically.
not.
And they have already worked with Bad Wolf for his Dark Materials, so meant to be. Elise, what's your streaming service?
I literally don't care.
No,
I don't know how to express the house. I don't care. Give me good shows.
Wait. I'm going to
Vintage
drop
2012 wants you to know
I'm going to
that
drop
they
a
like
subtle
curvy.
plug.
That's not very subtle at the moment,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. Oh, or Paramount, because they did a TV show with Bad Wolf. I don't know if Bad Wolf were involved, but a lot of people from Bad Wolf also did this. The Crow Girl starring Eva Miles. And
Do you mean Eve Miles?
yeah, that's the one. And
Her evil twin, Eva.
Evil Kate.
and I'm in 0.5 seconds of one episode.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
Been there.
So,
I have a few
block to
shots
flux.
of me going. That's it.
Block to flux. Joe and Tharis, this is a question for you because the rest of us are normal people. Do you think that the BBC renewing Blake 7 means Doctor Who is going on pause?
No.
Oh, I don't think it does. If anything, it strengthens the sci-fi genre and the retro sci-fi genre. And shout out to Blake 7.
What I will say, though, is that if it does well and it goes against Doctor Who's like style, it is a bit more like kitschy and grounded and maybe a bit less high budget, that might actually influence Doctor Who, because he did an interview being like
7?
it's
It
another
is-
BBC sci-fi thing.
I'm going to give another shout out here to Lee, who gave me all the Blake 7 DVDs. Thank you, Lee.
Who's
I
Lee?
will watch them. He's my dad's colleague. He's a big Doctor Who fan. He gave
out,
me a
Lee.
load of Doctor Who magazines as well and a bunch of Classic Who stuff. Shout out to Lee. He is the reason I started watching Classic Who all those years ago with an episode that's now quite controversial.
Towns that went out.
Yep.
Oh. I
That's
knew
my
immediately as soon as you said that.
You know what?
Anyway,
Oh, no, it is actually quite a good episode.
it is, to be fair. It's
No,
just
you
a shame
can-
about
you
the...
can't say that. I can
Yeah,
say
no, it's
that.
terrible.
Thing is, it's the same
From a
issue with the
writing
Wait, Joe.
perspective.
Joe, what's that other episode where Ace says, you...
Oh, I think, is it The Curse of Fenric?
It's either Curse of Fenric or Battlefield. I can't remember which
It's
one it is.
Battlefield, I think.
It's
Battlefield,
Battlefield,
where she says something incredibly questionable. But Artie, what's our next question?
Well, 2 of these questions, I'm pretty sure we're doing full episodes on from what you were saying earlier. So we actually have one left, and it is from Jack Davies, 0611.
You're missing another question there. I believe it's from Osh.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Which
oh,
I
yes.
Frostine says, why does that one talk so much?
Which could now apply to Rosanna as well. So,
Yeah,
I have
don't
not
think-
spoke that much. I've been on my phone half the time.
we'll let the
That's not-
audience decide. Put it to a public vote.
You're just going to edit loads
I
of
think
movies.
I'm
That's
more
the
well
point you
behaved
think.
in these than I get given
Well
credit for.
behaved.
You're just crying.
I do, and like people can tell me in the comments, but let me know.
Guys, in the comments, can you rank your favourite members of Sounds Like Five?
Yeah, but you just know you're going to get number one because
I
Don't
won't
do
anymore.
that.
I don't think they like me anymore.
Do it.
Recently.
no,
Do
that's
it.
kind of no.
I think she lost all the simps when she was telling us quite how much vomit she was spewing up.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys.
I think it was
Sorry.
actually when
Dare
she
you
declared,
to rank.
I don't need any of you, in the Reality War breakdown video.
All right, yeah. Artie, what's the last question?
The last question.
Davies, 0611, and it's a bit of an underwhelming last question because I feel like we've answered it before, but it's still let's have a good old chat.
You read the poor man's username out and go, what a rubbish question.
How long did it
I
take to
think
film
it's a good
Echo's Destiny
question.
Part 2?
What a banger to end on.
No one cares.
We'll hand over to Dr. Liz Drills.
No one cares.
How long did it take to film Echo's Destiny Part 2?
Yep. Well, actually, it was all one block, Part 1 and Part 2.
It was a bit of a serious season 1, season 2 kind of thing. We couldn't learn from the first one before we released the second one, which is why it has so many mistakes. But
we did actually learn.
Filming.
I cut so many scenes.
Joe told us back in the day, he was like, it's going to be like an epilogue type film, be about half an hour in length. It will be like a couple of days over the summer. We started shooting in February 2023. I had my last filming day in October 2025. But I mean, I wrapped filming about 5 times. He kept being like, Drills is officially wrapped. He posted me being wrapped on the Instagram twice, I think. But I was still re-recording voice things or re-filming bits until October 2025.
Audio dubbing.
2.5 years.
ADR does not count. That is not a wrap. You were wrapped.
Well, that was the day we wrapped anyway, because that's when
in October. Yeah. That was
It
Ailish's wrap.
was the same day.
But no, it was originally supposed to be, because there was talks, because Echo's return.
There was talks. We were in talks.
Well, no, but there were. It was pre-production. We after Echo's return, I was so tired. I was so exhausted. I was like, okay, that's enough. I love this, but like getting everyone together in one place is near impossible, and it costs so much money. So after telling them that it cost about £560 million to do Echo's Destiny, we're back, where we will discuss what next week, Elise. Breadcrumb them.
Right, I don't want to do this because it's going to spoil my plans for when I actually get this job, but we are going to be talking about what we would do if we were the showrunner. So we're going to be casting our doctor, we're going to be casting our companion, we're going to be talking about vague outlines of plots, we're going to talk about potential vibes, maybe we could bring a mood board, how are we feeling?
Ooh, we could Pinterest.
Hey. Let's keep this as low effort as possible.
Yeah.
But that'll be next week's episode, so stay tuned for that.
What if you 4 come up with stuff and then I'll play the BBC producer and pick a showrunner?
We could invite a guest on to be the BBC.
Or
we could judge.
No.
I don't prepare anything. And
Artie, if I don't have an entire script written by you, I don't know.
We have to write a script.
It's a joke, Rosanna. A Christmas joke.
I have several scripts if you'd like to read them.
You're such a Hermione, man.
I also want to outline my series.
I did a bit of light reading.
I did a bit of light reading. I only have several scripts pre-prepared. Okay.
Oh. What, Artie, why'd you look so bemused?
No, it's all right. I said something, but it was missed.
Okay. Please do grant us with this.
Repetez, if we play.
No, I was just curious because I know you've got flowcharts within flowcharts, but do you actually have a script?
I've got bits of scripts for bits of episodes, and I've got episodes where it'll be scene happens where this happens, and then I'll have scripted the next.
Who was it that this time last year was we have concepts of a plan?
It was Trump, was it?
I can't. It was either Trump or Starmer or.
I have a concept.
No, it was Trump in the election.
Yeah, no, it was
we have concepts of a plan. It's
not
I have a concept.
Not to become the Tharies politics channel again, but
Sorry.
Donald Trump. This may well be our last podcast. The world is on the brink, man.
Don't get me started. It's.
Did you see him today saying, England are idiots? They're idiots because they've got so much oil and they only use 1/3 of their oil, and
it's actual insanity. We are seeing a version of the world played out where petulant children get put in charge, and it's so gross.
Darius, I think you need to start a podcast. I think you need to.
I don't understand how anyone can vote for him.
We should start like the spin-off. Do you know how there's like the rest is entertainment and there's the rest is politics? What I was going to say though, bringing it to Doctor Who and tying it into
I have
that.
6% just to warn you.
I
started with 9.
my social battery's on about 2%.
You know how in 73 yards we all thought it was incredibly unrealistic that a guy would just decide to nuke somewhere just because. It doesn't really seem very unrealistic anymore.
It's depressing that we are watching this play out across the pond and still the polls put Reform like winning the next election. Can you just if you're out there, open your eyes.
I can imagine someone started watching this. It's nice chill Doctor Who's the best one.
The state of the world is depressing. I mean, I know what. Right, fun homework. Let's do a podcast on Threads. Everybody go and watch Threads.
No.
I thought you meant the social media app for a second. No. And I got really
thanks.
No.
I mean the film.
No.
It's such a good film.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's scary.
It's where we're going.
Where we've always been going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Home, the long way round. And if you enjoyed this podcast, you'll be happy to check out the backlog of absolute trash that we've recorded before. It's like this every week. Unorganised, a lot of shouting, a lot of talking over each other, and Rosanna falling asleep.
Bye.
Now that's what I call a bloody giggle. See you next time.
Please come back. Please come back.
Recording stopped.
Joe, are you going to cut that Reform rant?
Probably not.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you. She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.